An unlikely hero has been taking the Royal Challengers Bangalore forward in the form of Rajat Patidar. The early loss of Francois Duplessis, Virat Kohli not quite getting going, and Glenn Maxwell has just announced himself with a six after being in early trouble against the leg spin of Ravi Bishnoi. 84 for 2 at the end of 10 overs. Maxwell has joined Patidar, one short of a 50, and I am joined by Ajay Jadeja on Cricbuzz Comm Box. Ajay, the first concern that you would have is how are they getting to 222 from here?
Oh, it's a tough one from here. Yeah, I know, but I still have hope. I mean, maybe not to that number, but very close. And how you get there is, probably Chennai did it. Color of your jacket today. I remember 10 over spell where they got to that number with the players who were in there. Whereas I here feel there's still a couple of players to come in. Maxwell's just walked in. I need Maxwell and basically DK to fire. If Maxwell and DK fire anywhere close to what they've been doing, they should get past that 200.
Well, that's a big if, but the question is, does Maxwell last? He goes for a big one, and he has been dismissed by Krunal Pandya. So, the Combox curse has struck. Krunal Pandya has struck. Glenn Maxwell is gone. That dents, never mind the 2-2-2. What are realistically Bangalore thinking of from here? Because they appeared to be, other than Rajat Patidar, just a little bit conservative in their approach in that power play.
Yeah, the power play, because you got to accept it, because when you lose your captain or Faf in this case in that first over, normally you'd say you got to get a little cautious, and fortunately for them they had a young man in there in Patidar who's played brilliantly. And throughout the tournament, I think not just today. Today has just been highlighted, and that's when the senior pro took the back seat, and he took a little time, and as soon as he wanted to accelerate, he got out. And now that you tell me that Maxwell's gone as well. So realistically, you got to now look at what 10 overs, 9 overs to go. You still got DK to come, Shabazz to come. There's enough batting in Hasaranga and Harshal Patel. So anything less than 190, they'd be disappointed, because we saw yesterday, it was very close to 190. Today it looks like a better wicket than it was yesterday. There's no doubt. It's drier than yesterday. It's coming on nicer. So anything below 190 would be something that you go really conservative. But if you want to win a game and want to give it all you've got to look at that 190. I know it's a tough task, but last 10 around that 100 mark. If you have a bad last 10, you get 80, right? But if you have a decent last 10, you get 100. So I'm adding another 100 from where we started this show.
Well, what are the bowlers they're going to go after then? They've put on a decent show. Ravi Bishnoi has had a great start. Mohsin Khan outstanding, picking up that early wicket of Faf Duplessis. 2 overs for 24 for Krunal Pandya, just the one person who they went after, and he's redeemed himself by taking the wicket of Glenn Maxwell. Avesh Khan also among the wickets. So they've got, this is something interestingly, Ajay, I've noticed only with Lucknow.
Yeah.
There was the previous 2 games, I remember, 10 overs, those 5 bowlers, 2 each.
Yeah, it'll always be the case with Lucknow. Out of 14 games, if not all 5 bowling 2, you'll have 4 at least who bowled 2. So that's 8 overs. Somebody may have bowled 3 or somebody may have bowled 1. And this is a style. This is the jigsaw puzzle that I talk about with Gautam Gambhir. So, it doesn't allow what we were just talking about, or the question that you said, who do you go after? So Gautam Gambhir believes this, or this team believes that, you shouldn't have anybody bowl more than a couple of overs. Maximum 2, either 1 or 2. So even if somebody has a bad day, he still has a chance to come back. So it's just the innings that has to keep going all the way. And whoever's bowling, depending on where it is, you got to keep taking your chances, or you got to keep being aggressive. And there's no one particular bowler that you can really target. The ones who will probably get targeted the most and the numbers would look worse are the guys who will bowl the last 2-3 overs, because that's where the maximum power will be used. The ones who bowl the 11, 12, 13, 14, their numbers would look better than the last, the guys who bowl 17, 18, 19. But at the team total, they still need to get there. And there's no particular bowler in that list that you could actually really target. They're all the same.
But in terms of batsmen, we did mention a few names, Vanindu Hasaranga, Dinesh Karthik, but there was one name we didn't talk about, like the unlikely hero in Rajat Patidar, the newcomer in the sense this season, Mahipal Lomror. He's the one who's walked out there. So if Bangalore are to get to that score, it's going to be quite intriguing that in a team that's got Duplessis, Kohli, Maxwell, you're going to have these two guys if they were to take them there, because Lomro can strike it big.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, like you mentioned about Lucknow Super Giants, and every, at 10 over mark, you see a certain bowlers have bowled that number of overs. One thing you can say with RCB is that they get the young players to do a different kind of role. So Patidar will slow down. I don't know why they do that, but that's what you will see in the next few overs. Patidar is the one who will start holding on. It will be Lomro and everybody else who walks in for the next 3-4 overs. They would be the ones who would keep taking chances, which is, totally opposite from, not the whatever thinking you may call it. But basically, the guys who've been in there, in that flow should carry on. But modern day coaches look at it differently and say, listen, you are the guy, you hold that innings together, everybody else will come and throw their bat. So it's a chance that they take. They take a 50% chance rather than sticking to what is the stronger way of playing. And hence, even in that table, points table, if you see, those guys are right in the middle. 7 loss, 7 wins, 8 loss, plus minus. So from now on, Patidar holds on, and it's Lomro who's going to go for it. Yeah, there you are. You got the list. Delhi, Punjab, Kolkata, these are all 50-50 chance-taking teams. Hyderabad. So their record invariably over the years has always been around that 50-50. One of them goes on and makes 8-6.
Yeah. So my pal Lomro is out there. Rajat Patidar's got past 50. Probably not looking at Ajay Jadeja's 222, but they'll definitely be trying to get to around 180, 190, maybe even, if they have to stand a chance of defending it against a pretty good Lucknow batting lineup. That's all we have on Cricbuzz Comm Box. We'll see you in a few minutes' time at the 20 over mark. For now, that's all from Ajay and me.